How you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course. Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering. Off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler video series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there to try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I only got this because I could only order the previous item I reviewed as a medium. And I knew I'd still be hungry. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm in my back room today, which means we get, boom, Peter Can Thunderbolt poster. Peter Can Thunderbolt poster. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I am doing something else, though. What is it? Well, folks, I'd say that I did it all for the nookie, but that would be a lie. Because I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today? I already did my boom, but we're doing a second boom because I screwed it up. Boom, it's my Limp Bizkit shirt. Yeah. This is actually one of the concert shirts, specifically off their Loserville tour that they did in 2024. I got to see them perform live, which is really cool. I've never actually seen Limp Bizkit, during their heyday of the late 90s, early 2000s. But it was very cool getting to see them last year. If you're unfamiliar, they, for a while, were one of the biggest bands on the planet. Kind of faded out a little bit, but they're kind of back these days, and hell, I think they're great. I like them so much, I actually got some videos of their performance I attended. Those videos are on my channel, in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to kind of point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because I do think they're really fucking awesome. Like, unironically. But what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? So yeah, I just got through reviewing something from Domino's, specifically their brand new stuffed crust pizza. Ooh. Go watch that review if you're interested. But one thing about it, you can only get it in a medium. Yeah, you can't go any bigger than that. Whereas with Pizza Hut, you can get a large. You can't get extra large, but you can at least get a large. Apparently Domino's haven't managed to perfect the technology that they've reverse engineered from Pizza Hut at this point, but they're still trying. So when I saw that I was only going to get a medium, I'm like, look, I'm this guy. I have the day off. Yeah. So I was looking over some of their stuff, and it turns out they had another new-ish item. What is it, though? It's boom! It comes in a tinfoil tin. It's very warm. What is this, though? This is their 5-cheese mac and cheese. Oh, yeah, we're going to give it a shot. I mean, I used to order the pasta from Domino's on occasion. I always loved it when they had the bread bowl. But it seems like they've kind of limited their options now. I don't know. It doesn't look super impressive, but it is what it is. We'll get a thing for the thing, and we'll go like this, and we'll go, ha 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 ha. And I actually looked it up. The 5 cheeses involved are mozzarella, cheddar, American, which probably would not show up ever in an actual Italian pasta, Parmesan and Asiago, and then it's all put together with an Alfredo sauce. So let's give this a shot. It's not... And I mean, I just did the review for the other thing, so it has been quite, kind of sitting here for, the last like 15 minutes or so. So I'll give it a certain amount of leeway when it comes to, because it's definitely congealed. It's not exactly ooey and gooey the way that you would like. Personally, I think that congealed a little bit too quickly for my liking, but let's kind of smush it up a little bit, I guess. We're going to do what we can, folks. All right. Let's try some of this out. That is some very okay at best pasta. Yeah. And to be fair, I mean, look, obviously I'm not expecting great things from the pizza pillar establishment that is Domino's when we're talking about pasta. But, and it's kind of the reason why I'm a little bit surprised that, they're doing a 5-cheese macaroni kind of thing, because at least with some of the other stuff that they used to offer, I don't know, maybe they still offer it some places, but I didn't see much of it on the website that I was on, at least with those, you had like meat sauces and things that you could kind of mask some of the relative deficiencies that Domino's might have in this area. With this, all you have is cheese and pasta. The cheese sauce is fine, but it is not anything great. Uh, it does have some flavor to it, and I'll say I think that the Parmesan definitely gives it a nice edge. So it's, it at least has some oomph to it. However, and I by no means am an expert on, uh, pastas at all, but I've certainly had pastas that were, one or two cheeses or what have you that were more flavorful and more rewarding to eat than this. The pasta itself is actually fine. It's pasta. It's cooked okay. It's not like overly chewy or anything. Um, but yeah, because I mean the cheese is obviously gonna be the best or worst aspect of this. It's kind of the worst. Because I mean the Alfredo sauce, that it's mixed in with is fine. The cheese, I don't really feel like I'm getting the benefit of those five cheeses. I feel like I'm mostly getting probably kind of like the mozzarella and then the Parmesan. I would imagine the American cheese is probably more in there for some of the texture aspects because, like, it, say what you want about American cheese, it melts really nicely and it's very stable. But yeah, like I wouldn't say I'm really getting a nice proper kick in the ass of cheese. It's okay, and just that. It's not great. It's not even good. It's fine. I think for me personally, you know, if I were gonna go over there and order pasta again from Domino's, which I haven't done in quite a while anyway, I don't think that this would be my go-to pasta, especially considering that mac and cheese is really one of the easier pastas to pull off in terms of the execution and the reward. It's not that hard to make decent mac and cheese that would be considerably better than this. Um, Now that said, two questions have to be asked: would I get it again? Would I recommend it? No and no. Now I'm not gonna say no with prejudice. Like I don't think it's terrible. Um, but again, I do think that from my experiences in the past, the pastas I've had from them otherwise, where again you had like meat sauces and things to kind of work with a little bit, I think those paid off better than this does, where you don't really have anywhere to hide with mac and cheese. If it's subpar, it's subpar. And I would say that this is, at best, it's like a C minus. It's not terrible or anything. It has some flavor to it, but again, I don't really feel like it's benefiting from the five cheeses it supposedly has in it. Um, it's just, yeah. And then again, when you consider the fact that mac and cheese isn't that hard to pull off, and you could tweak it to more your personal preference, yeah, I definitely wouldn't get this again. I don't hate it or anything. I'll certainly finish it, but that's not anything I'm going to go back for. Now, if I'm recommending it, still no. Oh, I just, again, I think it's one of those things where, and then on top of that, you're paying Domino's prices. Like, it's like a 10 fucking dollar thing for that. It's like $9.99 for that, for what's effectively, a one serving thing of C minus fucking mac and cheese. No, don't do that to yourself, folks. Love yourself more than that. There's way better options out there, and if need be, you could probably just make some mac and cheese that would be way better than this and cost you a shit less money. So, yeah, no. But five things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there yourselves a truly proper mac and cheese-tastic rest of your life. Final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, do you have a personal favorite type of pasta? I don't know that I do. Like, I love pasta, but like, I don't eat Italian food that often. Because Italian food's in that weird sort of position where, like, I mean, Italian food's some of the best food on the planet, and fundamentally, it's fairly simple. Not for me, I'm this guy, but it's fairly simple in terms of its ingredients and stuff like that, and you know, it's just really wonderful. But then, like most Italian places, here in the United States, they're considered to be more upscale and stuff like that, and it's like it just costs too much. But at the same time, I do fucking love pasta. And of course, you do have some places like Noodles and Company that try to kind of bridge the gap a little bit, but I don't know. Anyway,